and trending stories analyzed here on Badeggi Radio. Join us live now on Facebook at Badeggi Radio 90.1 MHZFM and also on our YouTube at Badeggi Radio 90.1 TV. The phone lines will be open later for you, 091-3857-9001. And if you really want to, send a voice note on WhatsApp, it's 090-644-44510. I am John Sule, and here, of course, with me, Usman Apaya is also in the studio here.
Good morning. Good morning, beautiful listeners of Badeggi Radio. Thank you for always staying right here with us.
All right, let's start with Punch newspaper this morning. It says here, where is the 2026 budget? Here, where is the 2026 budget? Punch newspaper today, Friday, December 2025. It says Nigeria's 2026 budget is missing, derailing the fiscal calendar and exposing deep structural failures. That's the little details I'll give you on that headline. Where is the budget of 2026? Where is the 2026 budget? Now, Gombe judge faces trial for suspected bribery. Body of 65-year-old man recovered from deep Oyo well. Body of 65-year-old man recovered from deep Oyo well. Plateau man arrested for vandalizing 15 electric cable bundles. NDLEA arrests 44 drug suspects in Edo. Red Cross donates over 82 million naira to 267 Lagos flood-hit households. And guests killed in Bauchi naming ceremony fight. Yes, in Bauchi there was a ceremony going on and the guest was killed. All right, 5 abducted Rivers varsity students regain freedom. The 5 abducted Rivers University students have regained their freedom, the Punch newspaper says here this morning. And we also have uncle, 4 others arrested over Borno girls abduction, and police hunt Ogun cultist with officers severed hand. Driver arrested as policeman dies in Abuja road crash. Now, more headlines on the Punch newspaper this morning, but let me take 3 more and then I move to other newspaper. Now, Ondo, Amotekun rescues kidnapped victims, arrests 5 suspects. And police arrest 5 suspects for robbery, theft in Jigawa. Fire guards or your building destroys valuables. And then police arrest uncle, others for abducting 8-year-old in Borno. So we all have to be security conscious in this end of the year, in the month of December 2025. Now moving on with some other newspapers, read more headlines there. Now, Daily Trust newspaper dated Friday 5th December. The return of Christopher Musa, a big headline there. And on the Daily Trust newspaper this morning, we also have why worship centers are becoming targets across Nigeria. Very big one there on the Daily Trust. 2 Zamfara state lawmakers resign from APC. And Rebs shift constitution amendment report consideration to next week. Cross River APC removes state chairman. Chinese workers abducted from construction site in Kwara. Chinese workers abducted from construction site in Kwara. So not just one, it says here workers on the Daily Trust newspaper. ADC Obi flay Tinubu over early campaign. Obi flay Tinubu over early campaign. Now, challenges before new defense minister. Those, of course, are headline on the Daily Trust newspaper this morning. And then on 2027 says, Obi demands clarity beyond ADC coalitions on written agreements. Despite gains against one chance, car theft still troubling FCT police. And FCT community 6 wickets intervention over bad road. And Changang MTB festival lights up Abuja mountains. Now, those are headline on the Daily Trust newspaper. Let's see what we have on the Blueprint newspaper. Now, the Blueprint newspaper this morning, dated 5th December 2025, here says NUJ seek six arrest of ex-Edo task force boss over assault on journalists. NUJ seeks arrest of ex-Edo task force boss over assault on journalists. And then on banditry, Yusuf pays condolence visit to Alalai family. Yusuf pays condolence visit to Alalai family. Those are headline on the day Blueprint newspaper. UNESCO Media Information Literacy Center commences February 2026. And then Information Minister Idris wins Business Day Public Service Award. EMIA seeks a stronger collaboration to improve basic education. Headlines there on the Blueprint newspaper. And citizens bearing arms in self-defense, not a way out of insecurity, says Kuka. And more nominees make Tinubu's ambassadorial list. New one there on the day Blueprint newspaper. Now, police recruitment. PSC commits to gender inclusivity, openness, federal character compliance. EFCC hands over 96.5 million naira to victims of Ponzi scheme. EFCC appeals court judgment on release of 27 properties. And then the last one here on the Blueprint, it says Nakon directs airlines to issue 2026 Hajj tickets ahead of departure. So, Mr. Paya, I think with these headlines, I will leave you to run some trending stories this morning. Sorry, listeners, I really have to step aside a little bit because I'm kind of fevery.
Yes, thank you, and I want to wish you a quick recovery. It's not easy. This weather, change of weather is really telling good. But I believe, yes, we're going to have a change of pattern. Yes.
By the grace of God.
Yes, well, the star will be back with you.
Thank you.
Right, and still on the Daily Trust news paper, the return of Christopher Musa. That's an article by Zayed bin Isa. And still on, two Zamfara state lawmakers resign from APC. Two Zamfara state lawmakers resigned from APC. Cross River APC remove state chairman. Cross River APC remove state chairman. And the challenges before new defense minister. Challenges before a new defense minister. And still on 2027, Obi demands clarity beyond ADC coalitions on written agreements. Obi demands clarity beyond ADC coalitions on written agreements. And still on FCT community, 6 weeks intervention over bad road.
You say Obi did what?
Obi demands clarity beyond ADC coalitions on written agreements. A little insight into that. Former presidential candidate and one of the leaders of the coalition-led African Democratic Congress ADC, Peter Obi, has said that although coalition leaders have unwritten understandings on zoning, the group needs more than informal arrangements to mount a credible challenge in the 2027 presidential election.
So go ahead.
Okay.
Good morning, listener. Juma Mubarak. I just popped in. Well, go ahead.
All right. So, Obi, who maintains he's still a member of the Labour Party while identifying with the ADC coalition, remains the only major bloc leader yet to formally pick up an ADC membership card. Former Vice President Atiku Abubakar and former Kaduna State Governor Nasir El-Rufai have already completed their registration. Obi's continued stay in the Labour Party has fueled concerns about his commitment to the coalition amid speculation that he is uncomfortable with the ADC's position that the presidential ticket should be thrown open. His supporters argue that an open contest would favor Atiku, seen as a more experienced political organizer who won the last 2 PDP presidential primaries. He served as Atiku's running mate in 2019 before they parted ways in 2023, with both men polling over 6 million votes each in that election, while President Bola Tinubu secured less than 9 million. Analysts believe a united ticket would have defeated the APC. This outcome ultimately triggered the push for the opposition coalition. However, the personal ambitions of both leaders are seen as one of the stumbling blocks facing the group. Speaking in a podcast that went viral yesterday, Obi said the coalition leaders already have an understanding on the presidency, but it remains unsigned and informal. He said, today we have what we can say are unsigned agreements about the presidency and rotation of offices. This person will come from here, this person will come from there. All these things need to be organized.
How?
If you don't do it, you create confusion for the future, he said.
Which organize? Organize in what manner? If Obi want to join APC, let Obi just open out that I want to join APC. And this is going to be on its own as a Labour candidate. Let him come on its own as a Labour candidate. This sitting on the fence will not solve the problem. I'm trying to get to a close associate,
an
obedient person. I'm trying to get close to an obedient. If I can find an obedient character, but you know, the network is a little bit funny. So,
all right, speaking on his 2027 ambition and party affiliation, Obi said, today I'm a member of Labour Party and I subscribe to the ADC coalition for the 2027 election and I believe in it. But as much as I believe in it, I need to know the fundamentals that we all agree to respect.
What are the fundamentals?
What we are going to do for the average Nigerian. We are not new people. We are still part of the political class. He praised the coalition leaders such as ADC chairman David Mark and Atiku Abubakar, saying they have the experience and commitment required. But he insisted on clearly defined principles.
What are you? Is it ideological roadmap? What is he talking about? Apaya.
I think this could be a deliberate attempt to a kind of backslides. You know, you cannot just tell now. the political sagacity that is in the play now. You can't just tell. You're going to see a lot of wonders. Wonderful things are going to be happening in the country because for Obi now to be coming to say make this type of statement, probably there could be a kind of arrangement.
Which arrangement? Which arrangement?
But you have a spoiler. You have Wike, who is working around the clock to make sure that all eggs are being put in one basket.
As Wike succeeded over Obi.
Well, you can see. Are you not surprised with this the statement that is coming from Obi? You understand? No.
That is a member of the Labour Party.
And he
is now saying that if he has a Labour Party, if he goes into the election on his own as a Labour Party, what impact will he make?
The history will repeat itself.
But will he be able to gather 6 million votes?
Have you forgotten 2027? At least he will succeed in scattering the vote for the opposition.
And then will Tinubu get larger part of 1,000 votes?
That's another very big question.
What I mean, on my way coming, you are saying why is the 2026 budget?
Yes.
Okay. Why is Niger State 2026 budget?
Do you have budget?
I'm asking you.
Well,
no be you. But can it down once one?
Shiga da fita
of Badeggi Radio.
To na shiga na fita. Na shiga na.
Ina jadawalin abin nan kaso na kudaden da za a yi aiki da su a shekara mai zuwa.
Na shiga na fita ba.
Na jihar Niger. Me faru? What is happening to us and what is happening to abandoned projects? The projects are abandoned.
Baba, you cannot put the.
And then what happened to the Papri girls, Papri school children?
Now you are raising a lot of questions.
No, but it's true now. You that is a roving journalist.
If the question is too much.
Okay. What happened to the budget in Niger State?
We are.
You are what?
The 2025.
You are still. But from the indices of performance, you are the last on the list in Nigeria.
Oh, come up. It's a race now.
Which race?
It's a race.
Papa, why do you talk to me with contempt?
Papa,
it's a
race now. You can't tell. The last person could come and be the first person. The table can change.
How? How many?
Okay, to now.
How many days to the end of the year?
Okay, Baba. Let's look at it from this angle. Is it not here? We are talking about the president.
Apaya. I'm not in the mood to be toyed around this morning. What if you say the president have no 2026 budget? Okay, leave the presidency to itself. The most important thing here is we are not talking of the presidency. We are talking Jidenaka, according to Hausa people. Where is Niger State 2026 budget?
Well, the budget.
What happened to the budget?
It's still on. It's a work in progress.
Apaya, Kano has brought its budget. Nasarawa has pushed in its budget. I'm sure Zamfara also have done.
So, Baba, are we competing with them?
We are going to compete. Most of the states are all handing in their budget, and the ratio is around 600 billion. It's hanging around 600 to 700 billion, and I'm sure even Lagos has already put about 3 trillion or 3 to 4 trillion.
We too are trillionaires.
Apaya.
We have joined the League of Trillionaires. Baba, you see.
Look, Apaya.
Budget is a estimation.
Apaya.
Baba.
My brain is still in my head. I'm not hollowed out. So please talk to me with the reality that I'm alert.
Okay, if you are talking about reality, it's very, very difficult to answer this question. If we want to be realistic.
Where is Niger State budget for 2026?
You're talking about reality.
That is number one. Why are most of the jobs abandoned? And why there is no progress even in the supply of water supply? And what is the update of Papri children? Those are the questions I want you to give me answer between now and Monday morning.
But this question might be few. But
if you are going to go to Papri, you better go to Papri over this weekend.
But Baba, Chief Security Advisor, National Security Advisor have gone to Papri now.
So follow up.
So, even though you went there without any official, I've not seen from the images. I've not seen any official of Nigeria State government.
So
probably everybody is.
So now it's everybody is on its own.
Working in isolation.
So everybody is on its own.
Mm.
The Niger State is on its own, and then but again, what is coming out from Niger State government position on Papri? Apart from the fact the last we had is that no one was kidnapped and the children ran into the bush.
Probably why you.
And then some people are also saying that the whole thing is fake and stage managed.
So that is why you're having the dichotomy there. You know.
So who are we going to listen to?
So we have to.
Because and then the can are not freely speaking. They are not talking.
But the Khan chairman of NIDA have said it all now.
What did he say?
He have actually confirmed that these children are being, kidnapped.
But the parents, have they entered there? Have they opened a register?
They have opened a register. So far, so good. I think they have more than 200 parents who have actually registered and demonstrated for the missing of their children. So, and like I told you, we are having some cases, unreported cases. We're having about more than 2 parents of these children have actually give up to the ghost because the trauma, they have been traumatized to death. And the only thing we are having now, my concern is the argument that is on the front burner.
That is that.
While the federal state government is even doubting whether these children have been
whether they even exist.
Whether they even exist, because there is nothing, because they say if they exist, they should, the register has been open, let the parent come and actually let the parent come and do something about that. But unfortunately, okay.
But on the little you know, tell us. Let me put you on air. Are you up? I'm trying to establish a contact with somebody I can talk to in Papri and the Chamveron. Either Zamari or Agwara or Papri, somebody who can talk to us at the situation on the ground. That aside, when are you going to talk to us about ongoing projects in Niger State?
So I think the best thing Baba will do here, in order for benefit of
the listeners, what is happening to projects in Niger State?
We will write again.
Are you going to write to the permanent secretary?
We will.
Works.
We will.
Then you write to the water board.
We will write again. We have written before.
Because we want to update. The teaching hospital seems to be abandoned for quite a year or more. The roads seems to be there's a little bit of attempts to create a pathway.
Could it be as a result of
inability to continue with the major concept that seems to be beyond their competence, or what?
I don't know.
What is going on?
Probably now that we are
this is a public system. This is a public business.
Now that we are expecting,
we need information. We need people to know what is being done with their public resources. People need to know what's going on.
Of course. Probably, Baba, my thinking, probably
it's not your thinking.
Working with the appointment of new commissioners now who are on the
we are talking of reality. It's not a retreat. It's not commissioner. We are talking of reality on the ground.
That could be another way of leading to reality now. If you have people.
So all along, because inability of commissioners to be there, the work has not been going on. Nobody is knowing what is happening until when the commissioners are appointed, then government will kickstart.
Okay, don't you see Subeb yesterday? Just less than a week after the new Subeb chairman has been, appointed, went round to schools yesterday.
And what happened?
And he have assured that there's going to be a renovation of schools. That the governor is not happy with the dilapidated nature of schools. Well, at least,
But what about the former Subeb chairman that is already in the kidnappers' den? What happened to that?
Oh, that's one and that big issue.
What about those that are still being kidnapped? What happened? What is the update of those kidnapped?
You know, the thing is, you don't have any medium of communication. I'm talking about the media now from the government side that will actually keep the people updated with happening.
Okay, the Facebook press secretary.
Are we on Facebook?
No, he's a Facebook press secretary. Can you get across to him?
No. Yesterday, I think they have a discussion with NUG. I saw them. I said very beautiful on how to manage information. NUG have not actually been so happy with the way the government of the United States have been carrying out its activities.
So
you have
now NUG will now become the spokesperson for the government.
Not really. In Baba, there should be a.
Is it the correspondent chapel?
Virtually the entire NUG body.
But nobody intimated us that there is going to be a public engagement with the government.
Probably if the spokesperson of the governor, who actually I think
they have their own list of those to attend.
Yes.
And then Badeggi Radio is already been blacklisted by the government, and therefore consequently. But we continue to ask questions. Why the budget for 2026 of Niger State government, and what happened to the projects that seems to be abandoned? What's going on? And then there is no water to drink in Mina. Why? What's going on?
That's the biggest one.
What's happening to us?
The biggest one. Water, and Baba, I don't know if you have noticed in the recent. Sorry for the digress. What electricity supply in the.
It's not steady.
It's not steady. You can't even tell now. So I hope the water board should not give a reason of power, because Baba, after a program we aired here, I received some calls, but that's just by the way, about the chemicals of treatment chemical that's been provided and the assurance we have gotten from Water Board that Niger State government is on its feet to make sure the supply of water is steady.
What happened?
Unfortunately, ever since that statement from the government, from Water Board to be precise, the supply of water becomes once in 2 weeks.
Abaya.
So we don't know what is happening.
The beautiful ones are not yet born.
Are you sure, Baba?
Because how can you give a community of over 200,000 people, you give them water once in 2 weeks? Have you ever seen it done?
I've not seen. And just ask how many hours that once. Hardly it could last for up to 6 hours.
Do you know that in most of the cities today in Niger State, the public water systems have gone? You cannot talk about water reticulation that is working in Bida, neither Age or Lapai, and you cannot talk about Suleja, this dilapidated, and you cannot talk about Kwantagora as well, it's dilapidated. So what's going on?
I saw one in Guara, the one that one that's come from Guara waterfall. They're supposed to serve Lapai and
that particular system on Gurara water, Gurara river is not waterfall. What we have seen is Izom.
Okay, Izom,
the
yes.
plant at Izom was to supply all the surrounding communities there. And that job, started by late Kure, has been abandoned. It is a Turkish company that was doing that job, and that job is almost 80% completed. The pipelines have been laid.
It has been reticulated
yes, the pipelines have been laid, although there are some structural pipeline failures in some areas. But when Talba came, they abandoned it. Lolo didn't do much about it. And up to now, that job is hanging, abandoned. But a lot of investment has gone into it. There are some processing plants that have already been in Kacha. The Kacha plant is supposed to supply water to Age. And then the other plant that was put at Lapai, Kango, Burning Mother, where this same Gurara River meanders close to Burning Mother. That's why they put the processing plant, was supposed to supply water to Lapai. And then there is Federal Ministry of Water Resources dam being built over 20 years now. Close to over to 20 years. That project has lingered. When you leave Lapai and you are heading to Mina before Paiko,
yes.
before there is a bridge.
Yes.
then in the east of that bridge, of that river, you can see people selling fish on that area. So that dam is what is supplying the fish. Abandoned, it's not completed. That particular dam also is to supply water to Lapai and Agay. So and some people are also saying that somebody just texted me a note that Bakungo area has not received water supply for about a month now. When we talk of Bakungo area, do we receive water in Boso? We never had water in the last 1 year.
Honestly, what about
I have a pipe. I have a water pipeline to my house. I have no water in that pipeline for the over 1 year, getting to almost 1 year plus. And I tried a borehole, spent over 2 million, and I have 1 bucket of water. And then when I realized the children decided to be playing with the borehole, they will take a stone in the rainy season and drop it and listen, will it drop into water? So.
But I think let's see if we can get any person from the water board.
Who are you going to get? You better go there physically. No, yes. Don't call anybody online. Don't call anybody now this morning to tell you anything. Nobody is going to tell you anything. They have nothing to tell you. Definitely. You better go to see Permanent Secretary Water Resources and then sit down with him. Tell him we are not going to put him live on radio if he can talk about anything pertaining to water supply in Mina. Okay. That's all. That's the best option I can see.
Mina and never, and if you say for other listeners outside Mina will not be happy if you say Mina. Let's talk about water in Niger State.
No, but when you talk of water in Niger State, look at the water. There is a processing plant in Mana, which is supposed to supply Bida, and I understand that Badeggi did some reticulation for Bida. I don't know how that goes. But all it, and then the Badeggi water supply system, the system is there, okay, renovated, but the reticulation is no longer there. And then the electricity, because of the nature of the transformers there, was for 11 kVA, and the 11 kVA power supply in that area of Bida has collapsed in terms of the capacity to turn the system. So most of it has to do with power supply. Majority of the challenges we have in water supply in Niger State have to do with inability to pay AEDC power company.
But this is very easy, Papa.
How easy?
Yes.
Easy said than done.
Done. If you can have an arrangement with the AEDC.
Which arrangement?
Yes, they are here in your state. I believe there should be a way of one way or the other where they pay revenue. Why don't we have that mutual understanding so that okay, this is what we can be afford to be paying monthly, so you can be supplying all this electricity. All this issue of say, buying through proxy, it doesn't. Let it be government to government. Let it be government to AEDC, so that as probably the subvention is coming, there should be a kind of specially allocated fund for power. That you'll be powering all our water dams facilities across the state.
Apaya.
To that, I think.
Apaya.
Yes, Baba.
Are you looking for an appointment or contractual agreement? Hold on.
Go ahead, Baba.
Do you want to be a consultant to Niger State government on managing water resources or water facilities?
I'm only concerned about the possible outbreak of
cholera. Because when you say power supply, we are hosting 4 dams. We gave our land. Okay. We suffer flooding. What do we have in return?
Disaster.
Do we really enjoy the power? The power has been taken away to be sold somewhere else.
And we feel the brunt of the flooding.
And then we feel the brunt of the flooding. And then they give you a so-called Badeggi that does not serve you in the real sense of it. They say it's all nationwide. And how many people have the dams? How many states have dams? How many dams do you have in Nigeria? And if it's a hydropower producing development area commission, how many people are producing power through hydro dams apart from Niger State in Nigeria today? And then it's okay. It will also serve states like Kaduna. It serves
even
Gombe. It serves everybody in the north. And what are they having the consequences of what we go through?
I didn't have.
And then, is there any interaction between the hyperdeck and us, Niger State?
Nothing.
So what are you talking about? And then when you look at it, what are the roles of our legislators at both national and state level? What are the roles that legislators are playing?
Well, I think.
What is our fate?
We don't ask questions.
And then that is why when you come to talk about 2027 and you talk about the situation that is on the ground, then a lot of questions are begging for answer. Apaya.
So as I think on this one, God willing, we shall get to the bottom of it. Unless of course the water board are not ready to actually comply or cooperate.
There is no water. If they don't have the resources to buy energy, they don't have resources. And if they don't have chemical to pump water, they cannot pump raw water.
And the most unfortunate thing is that water board, you have to just bear it. That's how it is. We know it's not directly your fault because phone has to be provided. Phone has to be provided for them.
Are you there? You are not there. It's not your business. Close this matter. Let's take a break.
So let's do that.
Well, welcome back. It's still the Global News Update on Badeggi Radio 90.1. And now we'll be looking at some headlines from the Nation newspaper. And here it says, breaking news, Okpebholo removes Itua as CPS. Okpebholo removes Itua as CPS.
What are you talking about?
And still on the Nation's newspaper.
Remove who?
Itua as CPS.
And then is that a news?
Yes, it's a news on Nation newspaper.
Why is it a breaking news? How does it affect Nigeria?
Well,
when somebody is removed, so what? Are you removing defense minister, or are you removing somebody very important that determines the fate of millions of people? If your governor decided to remove his chief press secretary, so what? Oga, please, know your priorities.
I guess it affects the people of Edo State.
But go ahead. Does it affect me here?
It's new revenue.
Now I buy energy to run radio only to tell people that Okpebholo remove his CPS. Are you belittling us?
New revenue system to stop leakages and boost transparency. New revenue system to stop leakages and boost transparency.
Where is the budget of Nigeria 2026? You are talking of revenue generation. You are not talking of how you are going to spend it. What's happened to the budget? You said 2024, 2025 will run concurrently, isn't it? What happened to 2026?
It will run in isolation. Probably. Let's move on.
Let me check if I can get somebody, an economist or somebody, a public affairs person
that can
tell me what is going on
in the budget.
There is a lot of situation that I don't understand.
But the 2025 and 2024 budget are running concurrently.
So
and even as they run concurrently, how are you sure that you're going to have 100% or let's even say 80% execution of the 2024 budget? We've left 2024, almost 10 to 11 months back now, and we're still in 2025. 2025 budget have not actually seen the light of the day. and the 2024, I doubt if they can have 80% completion. So what is actually happening? Why are we moving like a car who works in the reverse gear? It's unfortunate that we're having two budget concurrently and you are now demanding for another one. This 2026 budget, probably it might not reach have it at the cycle of the year. Talking about having it to come up by January. We are in December already. So it is expected that if 2026 budget is on ground, it should have been deliberated upon, and probably the president should have been talking about assenting to the budget so that it will start working on the first day of New Year.
But you can spend some you can spend some percentage. If you don't have budget, you can still continue to spend. You can still continue to spend.
Do you have that constitutional?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think 40%. There is a warrant.
Okay.
You can issue a warrant
Okay.
for spending about 40%. Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
Todd, can you please introduce yourself? We are on Badeggi Radio. Hello, go ahead.
Yes, my name is Engineer Abdullah Isa.
Go ahead.
This morning, good morning, and happy to be on the air this morning.
Well, we are wondering here what's happening to the federal government of Nigeria's budget for 2026.
To my knowledge, nothing much has happened. If you remember, since the coming of this government, they have not really perfect any year budget. Starting from 2023, it's always either presented at National Assembly, but virtually it's not implemented in line with what was presented. We keep on borrowing since 2023. 2024 was the same thing. Of course, this year you expect no much difference. So if you remember, at every point, they will say they extend the budget to May, June, and they will keep on. And if you look at the final analysis of all the budget we have been passing, no one has been implemented at least 40 or 50%. So to me, it's not a new thing. They don't even have anything. When you don't plan, and then because when you say budget is about planning. Budget is about what you forecast to spend in the month and this year ahead. And then you see that this government liked that planning. They will just come up with some figure that they will send to National Assembly after their own party. They will pass it as a law, and at the end of the day, it will not be religiously followed. One, they will not even have money to match the budget. They keep on borrowing even when they tell us they have got enough money. But we hear every time they will send a report to the National Assembly to pass into, to approve for borrowing, and that has been this. So since the beginning of this government, honestly speaking, we have seen something different. Other previous government, we have been seeing where budget will be passed and there will be implementation in some aspect. Maybe you say we're 30% on capital expenditure because maybe there's no sufficient fund, but concurrent, the expenditure side of this thing, those ones are well led. But since the beginning of this administration, we have been having a different thing altogether. Just to tell you that we are not organized. And that got to tell us in every aspect of our life. It's not just on the security or on education or on agriculture. Virtually every aspect of our life, we are not organized, and that is the position we find ourselves.
Okay, now we are talking of the national. There are sub-nationals. What is happening to Niger State?
Yes, if we are talking about federal and they don't have bearing, I believe, let me start from my own state, it will be worst. Because first and foremost, some year I made one program in your radio some times ago. One Niger State rolled out a budget of 1.something trillion. The richest states in Nigeria today that we know, I'm not saying by guessing, are Lagos, Rivers, Kano, and some few other states. Their budget line has not crossed that trillion as we did in Niger. So when you present a budget of 1 trillion, what are you telling yourself? That is, you already put things that you are imagining. That's why such budgets were passed. In reality, there's no way you can implement that budget because you hardly can get 50% or half of that money. So you see that there's inconsistency from what we presented and what we actually spend. And if you look at us now, the Niger State, why is, if the budgets are well planned and where our expenses is in line with the budget, why is our projects are all stalled? Most of the projects in the state. So that means we are not following the budget. And that's why most, because if you are following the budget, you now know that you already have planned that this project will cost me 50 million. And what my expectancies from Federation, internal generated revenue, some donor agencies, whatever, I know that comfortably I can screw this project. Now, you know that all your accruable receivable to the state will not be up to that 50 million, for example. And they already have put a budget of 200 million. How are you going to execute those projects? It's not going to work. So I think the subnational Niger State, for example, will be worst. If we want to tell ourselves the truth, and the time has come that we have to tell ourselves the truth. The era of pretense, the era of coming on air to say we have enough money, we can do all that, is gone. Let us tell ourselves the truth. It is now telling the reality is now showing, and that's why bringing out budget now becomes a problem. Now, if you have a budget of 2 years ago that was not implemented by 34 or 50%, last year was not implemented by 40 or 50%, what are you going to tell people this year? So these are the challenges. People did not sit down to really look at what they are receiving, because people look at all the money coming to state as if it has nothing attached to them, and looking at it as if it's a free money that we can sink into a specific project. But it doesn't work that way. Every money that comes has a heading. And for example, what is coming on ecological expense, this thing, you cannot take it to attach to road construction, because every aspect of your receivable has its own heading. So these are the things, and that's why if you have reason to vie off from what actually the money is meant for, you still have to go back to the state assembly to say, okay, I want to vie off from this heading to this and that. So you see that all the budget we have seen since the beginning of this administration in the state is really a problem on its own already. And until they go back to look at this thing critically, how are you going to prepare 2026 budget? Where are you going to start from? There's a saying in my language, Babu Bachadeo. So the 2023, that's a challenge. 2024, something we saw and 2025. So what are you planning for 2026? From where? So this to tell you that people did not come to government prepared. People just think leadership or being a governor or taking leadership position is just by wishful thinking. And if you are there, you can do whatever you want. It's more than that.
Okay. What is happening in general economy of the country?
If you watch what is happening in this country, we are some steps back, because even the monetary policy is we're in a serious problem in our monetary policy since we coming into this new regime. You see the policies rolling out by CBN, because any policies that cannot put food on table, to me as a layman on that aspect, is not anything good for us. Policy must be a policy that is very friendly. Now, those policies that you want to strengthen your own economic and you impoverish your people, to me that economic is not friendly. Say, for example, we as a farmers, nobody give us fertilizer to farm. Now, you have given the order that more food to come into the country. You have food, which is a good thing. But how do we take care of the indigenous farmers who at a point bought a fertilizer 45,000 to 50,000 naira? Now that same farmer now is going to sell his rice 23,000 naira. It's a serious problem. In America and other countries of the world, when they are doing this, they will first of all take care of the farmers. Now nobody give us fertilizer, nobody give us any reasonable farm input, and now you only allowed food now to come in, and you crash what we produce. What do you call that economy? To me, you are just killing the farmers, because if I spend 100,000 to produce a bag or one bag of 2 bags of rice, which of course you are talking of the fertilizer I use, you are talking of the chemical the farmers bought. By the time you put all your calculation, you have spent, and at the end of the day, what you are going to sell your produce, you are only going to make 45,000. Who is going to pay the difference of 57,000? In a better economy, government will have taken care of this farm input. Or when the farmers are producing now, you have to pay the subsidy to farmers so that they will have the courage to produce more next year. Because we don't want to depend solely on the importation of food to this country. So to me, the Nigerian economy, honestly speaking, is killing, and that's why you are not seeing a middle class again in this country, only the top, and that's all. Everybody you on the ground. It's not really helping us. I don't take that practical aspect of the economy just to give us some little understanding and analysis of what is really going on, because whatever arithmetic we want to give now, that does not concern poor man, does not concern a farmer in my village. What concerns my brother, my uncle in the village is the aspect I've just touched. And
okay.
Generally, the things that have reduced in price is only the farm. Still, Maggi has not reduced. Omo has not reduced. Every other aspect has not reduced. So why is the farmer targeted for destruction in Nigeria?
All right. That's quite an analysis of the real economy, because when I'm talking of economy, microeconomy is the most important element, because we are talking about a common person living in an environment, and the expenditure, the spending power, and then the income has been reduced because of the flooding of the food items to the market, crash the prices, and then they cannot produce, and consequently, by next year, we are going to run into more difficult condition. Don't you think so?
Very serious problem, because me that I have spent all my life savings to make sure I produce, not just to produce to eat, produce to get some little money that I can send my children to school and do some other things for life. Now, after I've do all I could, government now crash it. What do you expect me to do? One, we are going to be discouraged, and if we are discouraged, what is going to happen? We are not going to go back to farm next year. And the policy of government now, their policies are inconsistent. Next year, another thing will happen, and once the farmers choose not to go back to farm, that, of course, is not going to help the economy generally. So, if government did not come out quickly to do some intervention now, I think we'll have a very big crisis in our hand. And that is the aspect I'm looking at. And just like you said, macroeconomic this thing is something that will have give the immediate community the power that they can defend themselves in supporting whatever they can do. Because all of us cannot sit down and be waiting for federal government or getting from federal government. That is not how a country is supposed to be run.
Okay, thank you very much for your coming to talk to us about the budget of federal and then the budget of Niger, which we have not heard of anything, and most of the jobs, public projects that are ongoing have stopped. And then, I don't know, like your last words on the issue of Niger State. What do you have to say?
Yes, we have said much about the Niger State issue in the past. Honestly speaking, the earlier the Niger State go back to drawing board and reassess itself, because all the ongoing projects, I know for sure, is not going to be completed within the next 2 years or less than 2 years. Reprioritize your position, pick the one that can become completed without giving us problem. Because if you see the entire state, Niger State as a capital, we are being in a serious mess. You can't move in the township. So let government reprioritize all these ongoing projects and see the ones they can finish. But the way I look at it now, it's going to be difficult. One, where the resources going to come from? Do we have another source where money is coming from aside from the one they give it to other states and maybe they give it to Niger? And they probably also the internal generated revenue. The area that people are deceiving themselves, I think that it is better we come out and tell ourselves the truth. There's no money to do to complete all these ongoing projects. That's known. So we have to prioritize which ones are key, which ones are very, very critical. And this is why we also say from the beginning, some of our programs in the past, that you don't just put all your effort. Me as a PMP, Project Management Professional from PMI, Project Management Institute in America, we never learn to put projects, even if you have the resources. You do projects one after the other. The reason I do project one after the other is any project you complete, that lesson learned. Those lessons learned, you will use it to improve on the second project. But a situation whereby you put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 projects together at a time, to me, that is a jack of all trade, master of none. You can't put all the projects at the same time, even when you have the resources. You see some states that are making waves. See what Enugu state are doing. By the way, when I check our location, Abia, Enugu, and the rest of them, they are far behind Niger State. And it's so wonderful thing these guys are doing in their respective states. Why is our own always different? Why is Niger is always behind? Where are we always shamed at the international stage? The same us that we are not media friendly, the same us that are not doing what is right, the same us that are we come out bullying. Leadership is not about bullying. Leadership is about conceptualization of ideas, bring the bright minds together to assemble ideas for you, and you follow through. So I wish Niger State best, but what we have seen so far, it's not possible for them to complete all these projects. Where that resource is going to come from? So my suggestion to Niger State government is prioritize this project. See the ones you can finish within the next 18 months, because next 10 months now, or 11 or 12, campaign for 2027 has started. And when campaign is on, I don't see any serious job going on. So the Niger State has to come out and tell us that yes, we may have made mistake in 1, 2, 3 projects, but we want to address it. There's nothing to shame. If you have failed, tell the people I have failed, so that people will bring idea, people will bring solution, and see how best we can move that state forward. Because whether we talk much about federal government, Niger State is our home, and that is where we expect to be the best, even better than Lagos.
Juma Mubarak.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Okay. Baba Engineer just make a statement. I wish I can ask him question on that. He said, if you have failed, just come out to say you have failed. Is it possible? Is it possible for our political leaders in Nigeria to come out and confess their failure, so that it will give them the impetus to either move forward or have people who may wish to come to help them? Because we have a lot of technocrats across the length and breadth of this country. Technocrats are there that you can call them, like he said, assemble bright minds. I think I love that phrase, assemble bright minds to help you, so that at the end of the day, the result is not going to be attached to this bright mind who you brought. You could decide to expose them. You could decide to keep them in a secret place where they serve as a pool of ideas for you to go in and just be dishing out ideas and be executing them. So at the end of the day, whether their name is being exposed or not, it is not their name that will be in the history book. It is you who will be in the history book. You are talking about earlier. You are talking about a water project, and you are mentioning some of those things the Korea did. You understand? And every government has its own strength and weaknesses. And you just mentioned some of those achievements. And you mentioned Lulu, you mentioned Dr. Mazu Babangida Alu. So whatsoever you do, it is you. And mind you, these people didn't do governance themselves, all to themselves. They have lieutenants, they have people who actually work with them, but their name is going to be anonymous. It is only your name that will always be in the placard in the history book. So it's important that you jettison or you put aside whatever personal differences you may have with technicals who could help you. Assemble any other person you feel has what it takes to help you deliver your government, because you have actually gone around to make promises during your campaign, and after that mandate has been given to you. Next, it was an oath of office which you took, and it is going to be there in record. So I think our leaders need to wake up. They really, really need to wake up. Even if it's your enemy that have what it takes, assemble him. We have so much talk about General Ibrahim Badamasi Babangida during his days in office, and that is why he has some of those achievements that is attached to his name, to years to come. You will be remembered for most of those achievements he have actually been able to put on ground. He has actually presented himself as a nationalist, and that is why it was very easy for General Babangida to actually bring in competent minds from all walks of life, irrespective of their religion, their ethnicity, their tribal differences. He bring them, and the achievement is for him now. If they are mentioning this achievement of Babangida, you hardly could mention all these people unless you go deep down to give analysis. So I think
but on the other hand, they say the presidential campaign has flagged off. And how do you correlate the presidential campaign that has been purportedly to have flagged off, considering the...
If you say purportedly...
no, because we can see here there is a distribution in Abuja.
Udezima, who has been appointed as the ambassador of Renew Hope Agenda, who is likely going to be appointed as the DG campaign. I hope I'm not going to run into trouble mentioning this. because there are some people who have actually appointed themselves DVA captain, but Hope have actually been appointed. And I think he's so pretending over the distribution of these items, the cars there, the hillocks, and some of the buses that were being distributed. But it's meant for New Hope agenda. So I don't know what.
Don't, because it's in Hausa. I want you to listen to the sorry.
Zone. Okay, to. Abe ka tsina wannan. Zamfara. A'a. An gama wannan? An gama wannan.
Now, what the joke somebody is making about this is that they are not distributing armored vehicles. They are not distributing fighting equipment, but campaign buses. Apaya.
Ghana Sokoto,
Ghana Zamfara,
Ghana Zamfara,
Ghana Katsina,
Ghana Kano, Ghana Zone. So it is
it's not about the security of those areas. It's about the politics of electioneering.
And from the video, I can see the likes of former governor of the state, Katsina State,
Bello
Masari, and
coordinator.
Coordinator is not coordinating issue of security in the state.
It's coordinating campaign.
So coordinating campaign that nobody can tell who will see the campaign. You understand? This is 2025. We're talking about 2027. Already you are there. Nigerians are here in 2025 crying. Our children are being kidnapped in the bush. Some parents are even dying because their children are being kidnapped and the government is not telling them anything palatable. Well, let me say government at subnationals are not telling them anything palatable. In fairness, we had, for instance, the National Security Advisor who are actually going around to talk about this issue of security. But again, this campaign is needless. We should be so overwhelmed and disturbed with the issue of insecurity in the country. Nigerians who you come back tomorrow and ask them to give you vote are in state of serious concern, and nobody they are in serious trouble and nobody show any concern. Well, 2027 Mobile shall tell. This distribution of cars, I think they were saying nothing of such, but the video have actually shown there are a lot of cars that have been distributed. Videos have gone wrong and there are people. Except if they want to say that one too is an AI. I don't know.
No, this is not AI.
This is a real video, and I think some states have started even seeing theirs now. So, let's just take a few headlines because we are gradually getting to time where we give callers opportunity to call.
All right, we're still on the Nation newspaper and talking about policy. Experts say policy reforms key to financial stability. Of course, we had our last speaker talk about policy, and now experts are saying policy reforms are the key to financial stability. Then every headline see Christopher Musa, General Christopher Musa, the man for the season. And still on, and this question: is there more to America's sudden interest in Nigeria? Is there more to America's sudden interest in Nigeria? All that from the Nation's newspaper. And federal government intensifies road infrastructure provision. Federal government intensifies road infrastructure provision. And Tinubu needs our prayers to end banditry, says APC chieftain. Tinubu needs our prayers to end banditry, says APC chieftain. Of course, it goes beyond prayers. We just watched a video there now, and well, that's those are things that we shouldn't be saying. Of course, prayer will do its own part, but then it should be backed by action, and of course, not the kind of action that we saw in that video. Still on, now we're looking at Vanguard newspaper. Nigeria is turning to digital retail to navigate inflation pressures. Nigerians turning to digital retail to navigate inflation pressures. Of course, inflation everywhere. Nigeria close to defeating insecurity. Let's say this statement is credited to the peace advocate and intelligence expert John Mache. Says Nigeria close to defeating insecurity. Dollar to naira exchange rate today. Dollar to naira exchange rate today. That's on business news.
How much is the naira to dollar today?
Let me open this on business news on the Vanguard newspaper. Let's look at how much it is. The exchange rate between the United States dollar and the Nigerian naira remain stable on Friday, 5th, 2025, as the local currency held its ground across both the official and parallel market. Data from the FMDQ Securities Exchange, which oversees the official Nigerian foreign exchange market, NFEM, indicates that the naira is trading at 1,450 naira 0.25 kobo to a dollar today.
So that's a parallel market?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes, this figure represents a continuation of a steady performance recorded earlier in the week, where rates hovered within the 1,448 to 1,450 band. Official market performance: trading at the official window opened with liquidity remaining relatively consistent. The intraday high and low rates showed minimal volatility, a trend that market analysts attribute to sustained interventions and improved transparency from the Central Bank of Nigeria. The closing rate of 1,450 reflects the market adjustments to supply and demand dynamics without the sharp fluctuations seen in previous years. Parallel market update. In the parallel market, often referred to as the black market, the naira exchange hands at rates between 1,455 and 1,460 per dollar. Bureau change operators in major hubs like Lagos and Abuja reported that demand was normalized, with fewer speculators driving up prices. The spread between the official and parallel market rates have narrowed significantly, now sitting at a margin of less than 15 naira. The convergence is widely regarded as a positive indicator of market efficiency and a reduction in arbitrage opportunities.
Oh, reduction in arbitrage demand.
Yes, sir.
Isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Nobody is going. Nobody is traveling. Nobody is buying anything. So, why can't you open your lines? What is time now?
Yes, studio time 3 minutes to the hour of 9 a.m. Yes, we'll open our lines.
As you open your lines, I will excuse myself.
All right, sir. So you can call in the studio and contribute. 09138579001 is the numbers you can reach us in the studio and make your contribution as quick as you can. 09138579001. Hello, good morning. Good morning to you, sir.
Good morning, Usman Apaya.
Good morning, Kumar.
Baba, good morning.
Baba is listening.
I'm wishing Jesule a quick recovery, please.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I think why our leaders are always busy talking about 2027 when we have critically turning issues worrying the citizenry. We are busy discussing about how to distribute cars and other things. We are talking about, have you seen 2026? What do you have the monopoly of your life that you are going to see the next minute? We talk about how these adopted children that have been adopted will be released That's what we're expecting them to discuss. Or how they will support the newly defense minister on the criteria on how to deal with the insurgency once and for all. But we are always busy talking about 2027. Democracy, is democracy suitable for us Nigerians? I don't know. Like that. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for your call. Of course, they need to show commitment to what's happening to the populace. 091 38579 Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Usman, good morning.
Good morning.
Baba, good morning, sir.
Baba is listening. Go ahead.
Okay, I salute your courage, Usman Akra, like always.
Thank you very much.
I still remain MDL from Kongo. Usman Akra, we have burning issue, and most of our leaders were busy talking about 2027. The burning issue we're having, which is insecurity, you can see there's a kidnapping of APC chieftain in Ibadan. You can see the issue of insecurity is going around almost the country now. So is that time the presidency, likewise even the governor, should curtail this burning issue that we're having, which is the issue of insecurity. If they decided to leave this issue of insecurity up to when the election is coming, who will come out to vote them? So it's more or less they should have that at the back of their mind, honestly. There are a lot of setbacks based on this issue of insecurity. So we need to correct all this away. We need to take away this burning issue, honestly. If they want people to re-elect them into office again, if they cannot be able to tackle the issue of insecurity, a lot of people will not even come out to vote. So let them have that at the back of their mind, because the country is not going where it's supposed to go. They are not continuing to rescue us all the time. That's my take.
Thank you very much. They need to show commitment to the suffering of the populace, of course. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Mustafa.
Good morning, sir.
My name is Arame Umar Oke, calling from Tunga. Even surprised when people are talking about our leadership, our leaders. You see, because of Trump, these people, they are not afraid of God. They are not afraid of what will be tomorrow. Or even this spirit that they are seeing, they have started now, just because of Trump. They are afraid to die. Because it demoralize the country. But as a matter of fact, the only thing remains for us is just to pray. May God give them privilege or this thing to do the best. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very, very much.
I want to confirm what the last caller just said.
Okay.
He said about, our leaders don't fear God, rather they fear Trump. Yes, I think that has been in the play yesterday, where the Senate President, the whole Senate President actually, give a big blow to Nigerians yesterday, because I see it's a very big blow. Yesterday when they were about to confirm, when they were about to confirm the nominated Minister of Defense, talking about Lieutenant General Christopher Musa retired, he said the era of take a bow and go is gone. Trump is on our neck. That singular statement is a very, very big insult to the image of the country.
Indeed.
Trump is on our neck. So you don't even fear Nigerians who give you the mandate. You don't fear God. You rather fear Trump. Trump is on our neck. Honestly, I was saying that these senators, are they sleeping? Not any senator could tackle the Senate President for this type of statement. Blowing the image of the country. It's unfortunate. So if not for the Trump, for the fact that Trump have actually hinted of the Christian genocide in Nigeria and the threat to invade the country, you wouldn't make any move at all. You wouldn't make any move. So anybody they bring as a chief of defense staff will just take a bow and go. So the stoppage of taking a bow and go is because Trump is watching you. Nigerians, over 2 million Nigerians who give you the mandate, who house the country, who appointed you there, are not important to you, but a singular individual. Not even your colonial master.
It's really unfortunate.
Honestly.
0913857901.
Hello.
Sorry, I called back again. I want to speak on water, but we don't know what is happening. For almost 2 weeks now, no water. There is no any water. People are suffering. Please, they should come and explain to people what is going on, that we cannot be able to get water for almost 2 weeks now, please.
I think what I may say here, if from my own, calculation and following the trend of ever since we have a supply of a chemical as announced by Niger State Water Board, I realized that after you get water 2 weeks, one in the 2 weeks. So if probably today is Friday, we are expecting either today or tomorrow. If you do a countdown, you have reached 2 weeks, you should be expecting water. But if you didn't see, don't blame me. I think you have to throw the blame to whosoever is concerned, to who it may concern. That's where you throw your blames to. Who is supposed to provide you water? Either the government or water board or the person who is actually supposed to be giving them all the necessary things to ensure that water is being reticulated into your different various homes. Yes.
Well, thank you very much for that clarification. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning to you.
Good morning, Usman Paya.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning to Baba.
Baba is listening.
And others in the studio there. You know, all these are politicians that do not fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Look at, we are talking about insecurity on hand. And they are destroying motto for campaign. How about? They should fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Because on the day of judgment, all those things they are doing, they are going to account for it. They let us fear human beings instead of fear Allah. Just because of Trump genocide Christian in Nigeria. Haba. Oh, tell me, as they are sharing motto now to the for campaign, what about the weapon when the soldier will use to confront these people? I mean, to give a minister of defense to somebody who can be able to do it. Is it that name that will do it? I mean, the weapon. Those people they should fear Allah. This is just my contribution this morning.
Thank you very much for that wonderful contribution. And that's why I am saying that it's not. I feel for Christopher Musa because he has actually, been able to hang his medals as a military, general and of course warrior who is trained, who have actually been commissioned to defend the nation, lay down his life, and he has actually done his best. Now that he has retired, or he has been sacked before now, after almost 30 something years or 33 years, like you have said, he has been in the military, cycle. Now that you are bringing him, please make sure that you give him all the necessary support, because Christopher Musa, that is being celebrated by many Nigerians days back, if care is not taken, we will have the opposite from Nigeria. So the only way we can prevent that is to make sure that the defense industry is giving all the necessary support. Like we have always advised the government, why don't you put aside, suspend all other, capital project you are doing, for instance, construction of roads. If you construct roads and bridges, and Nigerians are being killed, who will live to come and ply these roads? So why don't you focus more on insecurity? Give the defense industry all the necessary logistics it requires, support, technological wise, financial, and all that is required to deal with issue of insecurity, so that tomorrow we'll come back and have a better Nigeria. Yes, let's take more calls.
More calls on the line. 0913-857-900. Good morning.
Baba, thank you. Good morning.
Baba is listening.
Yeah, Mama, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
No well, ba?
Yes.
Amen.
This is Nasir from Sabongari. So the issue of our elder in Nigeria, if you take a look at it, you have some people that their own concentration is their own campaign. They'll just talk from mouth, say they are going to tackle issues of insecurity. But after they tell you that they are going to tackle this insecurity, they will go underground to processing how they will do their campaign, get election 2027. Look at it, they still have another extra 1 year before election time. But now they are not taking how our massive, how vulnerable people, poor people, how they are treating themselves. They are not taking on that. They'll go around their way, passing information through underground to find ways how they will capable and stand on their position 2027. Secondly, the issue of this Niger setting, this Bago project that you discussing with Dam and in the area, the money. So in Niger State now, we as a opposition party now, we can only all criticize this government now because he's a driver now. He don't get the control. If he fall down, all of us don't fall because this project that he constructed is too high, it's too much. They don't have alternative to them. The only thing that the government just go help them do it successfully because now if these people fall now, I don't come because they don't no be APC, no be PDP. Everybody is on the way now because the state they don't destroy for the construction of the road. So we are praying for them and God help them. May they do something before they leave the position. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I think I love his own. You know, just like when you are in a plane, you have to pray for the pilot so
Indeed.
that you can give you a soft and safe landing. Because whatsoever happen to the psychology or to the health of the pilot will affect you. If the pilot loses control, all members on board will actually, going to fail it together because you're talking about life and death. So it's important that we pray for the government and the governor of Niger State. But in as much as prayers is being dished out for him, he should know that he has sworn to an oath, and of course there's going to be a day of accountability, either here on earth or in the hereafter. So that should be a guiding spirit to him to do things that will actually benefit the people. Sometimes you carry a project that people we doesn't have any direct impact to the people. Now people are talking about hunger, people are talking about insecurity, and the government is channeling all its resources, all its power on issue of road construction, building bridges. How does that actually has direct impact to the life of the people in a place where there is no more traffic? And that is what the argument. Nobody is trying to either castigate or condemn what the government is doing, but we are saying that we should be rational in our thinking. Anything you want to do, let's see how what you are doing is going to benefit a larger majority, not very microscopic few who actually will benefit probably from the award of contract. Definitely you're going to get something out of it, and that is why you are awarding, or probably it's going to be written in your own book of record, or that okay, as a governor or as a chairman or whatever, we are able to build a skyscrapers. What if it has no any direct bearing to the life of the people? That's just the argument here. I don't know.
Yes. 0913-857-9001. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, hello. Good morning.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, good morning, Usman Abaya.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, good morning. Honestly, from the bottom of my heart, you guys are doing a very wonderful job.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
I want to say thank you. I want to say thank you to Badeggi. I want to say thank you to you, Usman Abaya, Captain Doko, John Suli, and every staff of Badeggi.
Thank you. We appreciate it.
Okay, very good. Usman Abaya, I want to mention something. There's something I'm not sharing, and I'm very angry about it. And what is it? We keep blaming our leaders every day, but nobody has ever bothered to blame the masses that have been voting this for year in, year out. The leaders have been there for over how many years now, for over how many decades now. They've been going into National Assembly, they've been governors, they've been here. Some of them will leave governorship without doing anything. They'll be voted into Senate. Some of them will leave for Senate and become a governor without doing anything. They'll be voted. Who are these people voting? Are they spirit? Are they not the same people like me and you? And we keep complaining every day. Why are we complaining then? It's what you go to the market to buy. So that's what you take home. You cannot go and buy a shirt and say that by the time you get home with your trouser. It's not possible. So let us know that we ourselves should take the first blame first. Look at what happened. Look at the out of Canada. Look at what Ahmed Tinubu said. He said, I bought my seat myself. I didn't nobody voted for me. I bought it because he paid.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So what I'm trying to say here, please, let us blame ourselves. And sit down and say, we are really ready to change this people. Let us prepare to change them. Nobody should come here and start voting there to where you come and say they're not giving us this, they're not giving us. After 4 years again, you're still going to vote for the same people. After that, who will be cheap, who will be only? Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Well, if you want to carry out a study or comparative analysis, or you want to do a compare and contrast between leadership the leadership and the light in this country. You realize that if you want to look at the problem, want to get out who actually is to be blamed largely, you look at it that we don't have much problem of followership in Nigeria, but rather leadership has been our major problem. Because I want to tell you now, as we are speaking to you now, let the government, either government of federation or government of United States, just wake up and say curfew imposed 6 to 6. Nobody, before you ask question, you start running. From the point you listened, you heard the pronouncement, you have started obeying. So we don't have much problem of leadership. Okay, you're talking about electing them. We're complaining and we're electing them. Okay, let's look at a typical example of what happened in Niger State. The recently concluded local government election in Niger State. Are you telling me the chairmen you are having now, the chairman, I'm not saying all, many of the chairmen you are having, is it the true picture of what people wanted? Is it people's mandate? Where you go to a local government, you do not conduct election, but you come out and announce result, even give certificate of return to that person. We've had some cases in some local government. In Magama, the headquarters of INEC, a day to election, at the eve of election, they burned down the State Independent Electoral Commission office there. Electoral material were burnt down to ashes. The electoral office was burned, and yet election came out. What magic? There was a result, and of course, certificate was being issued to the acclaimed person who they say happened to be. We don't know how they do the magic. In regional local government, they've come. The youths of the local government have actually came even to this studio to say, let the INEC chairman come, let them give him Holy Quran. Since he's a Muslim, let him swear by the Quran to say he had conducted election in that local government. This challenge was being put, not even a rejoinder on Facebook, where they are very much, their presence is always noticeable. No any rejoinder. So in Suleja, where voting was ongoing, already result has been announced. In some local government, you understand. So only very few local government that is, you can see that visibly election actually took place, and result was being announced. So in that regard, who do say, and you've complained, if you demonstrate, they have the security, they will use security against you. You understand? Here we have somebody who actually speaks truth to power. He was being incarcerated, if not for divine intervention, called from every angle across the globe, to the extent that even there is even a letter of a petition to the foreign countries to ban the government because of undemocratic process that is being witnessed in the state. And later, some of those people who have been arrested without being charged to court will have been released. So for how long will you keep on arresting people? And who tell you that you're going to remain in power to eternity? Some other people who have been there, they've arrested people. At the end of the day, after their tenure of office, they too went to the same place. So do not think that leadership is a conquest. So sometimes you will have to give it up to the followers, because followership is not actually a very big problem we're having in the country, but the leadership. So voting and getting another thing is what is happening in the country. But I believe it is time. The dynamics of politics is changing day by day, and probably someday we are going to get to the top and we'll get it right. Yes.
All right, more calls 0913-857-9001. Hello. Hello. Good morning.
Mr. Farah, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
This is Alex Yusuf. Thank you for the very.
Okay.
Can you repeat your New Hope agenda, please?
I have always had my hope being renewed by my Creator, by my God. So.
No, I thought you have had one of the feelings.
No. My hope is always being with me, because I'm a believer of God is the master of all.
Okay. It's unfortunate. We are talking about insecurity. They are busy distributing voters for 2027 election. You can see. I just hope the ordinary man, the masses, to get to know what they are in. We will come out in March 2027 and make sure we do the needful. This is what I'm advising the masses to do. Now, you can imagine, Mr. Apaya, when Baba was talking about all these beautiful project dams that were supposed to have been completed by now, will have solved the problem of water within the state. But they are all abandoned. We are busy throwing money to people. You understand? That money will have been used to revive one or two of these dams. But we have misplacement of priorities. This is the problem. Sorry. What is the update on that young man, Nejimi? We've not heard anything about him.
Not
been incarcerated.
I think it's still under detention, and these are some of the things we have been talking about. But we today we hope to follow up the issue to get more updates.
Okay.
But the last I checked, he's still under detention. He has not actually regained his freedom yet.
He's still under detention.
Yes, he has not getting. He has not regained his freedom.
Unfortunate. It's unfortunate. Thank you very much, Mr. Ataya.
Thank you very much. Mr. Ima, I think we should check some Facebook messages.
Okay, Facebook messages. Yes, on Facebook here we have Umar Dan Azumi. He's saying, why would you negotiate with an unrepentant criminal who commits crimes disproportionately to whatever his grievances are? You kidnap innocent villagers, dehumanize them, abuse their honor, kill, traumatize, terrorize, and pauperize them, etc. And eventually the criminal goes to the negotiating table with a victim's mentality. Negotiating with animals is cowardice. As they take pride in taking arms, the state must make it a duty to eliminate them. Forget 2027 if you can't fix insecurity. Very elaborate, Umar Azumi, thank you very much. And from Ibrahim Salih saying, good morning, the People's Radio. Life goes on with or without you. Be prepared for whatever comes your way. When you least expect it, it will test you and challenge you. How you respond will set the tone for the rest of your life. Don't take things for granted. Be on guard always, because Satan is waiting for you to fall. Thank you very much for that motivation, Ibrahim Saleh. And Isa Simon says, why is Gumi always advocating for bandits? Okay, I don't know if that question is directed to Usman Apaya or I don't know. Why is Gumi always advocating for bandits?
And why is the government not arresting?
Oh, wow, okay.
Even today in BBC Hausa, he was making, in fact, it was just a food blunders, and I don't know what the security are still waiting for now arresting this man. He's still making cases. You can just see some of the excuses he's giving. You wonder if this man have knowledge. And he said one thing that surprises me, and I think today, without due respect, I doubt if he's having, I don't know. Forgive me if I use a word that will be sort of unpalatable. I believe if he's having is mentally okay, because he said, if you are talking about making case for bandit, that he has those who are opposing his stand for making a case for bandit, that he has the knowledge that they don't have. Gumi in Nigeria, a country of over 200 million population, with a lot of malams who can chew and digest whatsoever you think you have, saying that he has knowledge that they don't have, and that is why he stands. And unfortunately, is bringing Islam into it. He said that is the teaching of Islam. I think malams, if the government is taking time, I don't know why what government is waiting for to actually need this man. The malams, it's on you. It's a challenge on you, because your own religion is being challenged by this person. So silence is a sign of acceptance, that you accept
what he's saying. Yes. Absolutely.
So you have to, malam need to summon this man. You understand? They need to challenge this man, so that if you have your Islamic Council, Supreme Council, or whatever, you should be caution him, so that at least you should profile him as somebody who is anti teachings of Islam.
Yes,
because this thing is going. He's saying he's make interview in BBC. So I think he has thrown challenge to, and the Christendom will be watching to hear.
Yeah, yes.
What actually? Yes. Do you condemn what this man is saying,
or you agree with?
Or you agree with him? So if you agree with him, then agree that there's a serious Christian genocide in Nigeria, and Trump must come to Nigeria because he have said they are coming to make a case. Senator from the Zamfara State, former Senator Marafa, said if the Muslims feel it's needless to fight for their own fellows, what stop the Christians from fighting for themselves? So do not, in as much as you want to argue the issue of Christian genocide in Nigeria, then look at what Gumi stands for. You have to analyze Gumi's stand. What did he stand under? Is it the position of Islam? Does Islam say you should take a life of a fellow human being, regardless of the fact that whether it's your religion or not? Where did Islam quote the verse of the Quran that you should take life, even if you kill person? Islam have have a provision, have a way. There is a procedure to which your life, they say an eye for an eye, but there is a procedure. You don't just say okay, you have to investigate, do all this manner of things. So Gumi, since the regime of Buhari has been maintaining this stand, and nobody could challenge him.
It's really unfortunate. It passes a wrong message of Islam.
I'm not happy what I hear in BCC today. I am not happy. BCC Hausa, you can, go and listen to that.
Go and stream it, and you see it on BBC Hausa because they have where you can stream past programs. Of course, it sends a bad, wrong message.
Honestly.
And something needs to be done about it. We all know, if you've studied Islam at all, that it's a religion of peace. So someone to come and tell us what we don't know, it doesn't make any sense. All right, this is from Comrade Ghana Jibrin Soachiko. He says, good morning, my people's radio. Good morning to you, Comrade Ghana. Julius Samo says, good morning, beautiful people of Badeggi. Good morning, Julius. And Umar Abdul Jalil says, good morning, Apaya and John Sule. Jumat Mubarak to you and all esteemed listeners of this wonderful radio station. Nigeria is the only country in the world where everything is possible, such as snake swallows, money, breeze sweeping away tractors, among others. Our leaders should fear God and do the needful. I'm wishing John Sule a quick recovery and Jumat Mubarak to all Muslims all over the world. I mean, thank you very much, Umar Abdul Jalil. Aliu Yusuf says, good morning from Newgate University, Mina. Good morning to you, sir. Musa Abdullah says, Assalam, good morning all. Please re-emphasize the issue of water in Mina. The suffering people go through is better imagined. It is really absurd, terrible. I cannot help but wonder what is the government priorities in spite of billions of naira being collected every month and billions of loans, and yet nothing to show for it. Well, prosperity shall judge. Thank you very much, Musa Abdullah. Godwin Sanze says, good morning, my people's radio. Good morning, Godwin. Umaru Abdullah says, good morning, Sir Baba, and all members in the studio. Good morning to you. Wish you all the best. May Almighty Allah continue to uplift and bless the radio station. Jumat Mubarak to you all. And once again, good morning. Good morning, Umaru Abdullah. Ngozi says, Baba, good morning to you, sir, and all dear. Good morning to you, Ngozi. We see you and we appreciate you. Good morning, People's Radio Station. Baba Badeggi, our 2026 budget is loading. They wanted to clear the 2025 first. This is Ozigi Ismail responding to the budget question that you've been asking. He says the people, but our 2026 budget is loading. They wanted to clear the 2025 budget first. All right. Ngozi says, may God only in heaven remember us in this country called Nigeria. Amen, Ngozi. Very good prayer. Joseph says, good morning, my good people of Badeggi Radio. Baba, all the questions you are asking Usman Apaya has no answer. The contractor are back on the site, but the work is not moving as expected. Please, our governor should not disappoint us. God will help us. Amen, Joseph. Thank you very much. Exceed says, come to Jesse. All right, Exceed. I don't know where Jesse is, but thank you very much for reaching out. Good morning, Baba. Happy Friday. I'm watching you live from Ilorin, Kwara State. I'm Muhammad Ibrahim Madako. Thank you very much, sir, for watching all the way from Kwara State. Good morning and thank you, Baba. When last you paid water board bill? Okay, Musa Abdullah is asking that question. Well, all right. Hopefully we get that answer soon. It's all transactional. They are involved. They negotiate with terrorists and kidnappers since their interest is in it, and they benefit from the transactions. If insurgency lasts more than 24 hours, then the government has a hand in it. All right, that's from Aliu. That's alleged statement from Aliu. Umar Gwandu She says, good morning. Good morning, Apaya Jesuli and Ambassador Badeggi Jumat Mubarak. Baba Badeggi, today you came up with some fundamental questions with regard to Niger State budget. Recall that last year in the studio we discussed budget of last year of about 1.6 trillion. It was highly debated. And unrealistic. There is no hidden place in governance. Your message is not complete, sir. Thank you very, very much. Unfortunately, that's the much I can take from the Facebook messages. I do appreciate everyone who has sent and everyone who I was not able to read yours. We do appreciate you, but we are behind schedule. Let Apaya give us his final words before we call it a morning. Apaya, your final words, sir.
Well, what about, please give us water so that we don't run into outbreak of cholera. We need water. Good day.
Thank you very much. And with that, I say good morning. Have yourself a wonderful, wonderful Friday and at TGIF. Bye for now.